Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a live edition of Help for the Guildless. My name, of course, is Antoine, and I have a special guest with me today. Cadunt, how are you doing?
I'm awake.
You're awake. Well,
Yeah.
I have a feeling you're going to be more awake after some of the things that we are going to be discussing.
Oh.
So I didn't know if you knew this or not, but Twitch.tv has an IRL section. Did you know that?
What's Twitch?
Uh, t- well, okay, you get to learn a whole bunch of stuff today. Twitch is a gaming site. It's where people do streams and things like that. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the live reading.
Oh, I think I've heard of this before. Okay.
Yes. Well, they have an IRL section. The IRL section, you can do whatever. So there are these. Do you know what a booby streamer is?
Um, I have an idea that it's chicks with their tits out playing video games.
Close. Now, Twitch's TOS is pretty much similar to YouTube's TOS, so you can't actually have boobs on display, but that doesn't mean you can't wear skin-tight clothing and do things in yoga pants and tight lycra that shows off pretty much invisible with certain light.
Mm.
So booby streamers are pretty much girls who have the camera angled down just right so they get that nice deep cleavage, things like that, and doing nothing. Well, the IRL section happens to have no use for that. They don't have to have a game. They could just be them on camera with the chat going, and men pay them money. Dumb men pay them money.
Oh shit! I need to get myself on Twitch.
you
Damn.
you could probably make a lot. So what ends up happening is these booby streamers, they make a lot of money by doing stupid things.
Hmm.
And some ones have taken it upon themselves to patrol the booby streamers
For what?
for breaking TOS. So from Kotaku, yes, I know it's Kotaku. For those of you in the chat, know this is low-hanging fruit, but it's important. Self-appointed anti-boob police are trolling Twitch streamers.
What?
Yes.
Anti? Who? Who's ever gonna be anti? Who? Who's
Who-
anti-boob?
that would be. Oh, how's it going, Magic? How's it going, Tara? I'm just going to call you Tara. How's it going, guys? I don't know who's anti-boob. That would be
Magic judges.
Oh, I just got upstream. I just got upstanded by someone in my chat. Well, fuck me. All right, goddamn, anti-boob police. We're talking about the sex-negative feminists and things like that.
Oh,
So let's get on with this reading, shall we?
no.
I promise it's not. You can
I
look
am
at the pretty
anti-boob police. Well, I'm just gonna stick with that stance right now.
anti-boob police. I think everyone is anti-boob police, but let's see what Kotaku's take is on it. Usually, it's not good. According to some Twitch streamers, vigilante viewers are making a sport of trolling through the streaming platforms directory and searching for broadcasts violating Twitch's terms of service. She Snaps, because that's an amazing streamer name. Out of all the names you could come up with, you come up with She Snaps. Now, is she talking about, or is she talking about she goes crazy?
Probably the latter.
You know, there's a rule: never stick your dick in crazy. It's never a good thing. Well, I
Oh,
mean, they're not going to get a chance to stick their dick in crazy because, well, she doesn't pay attention to them, except unless they give her money.
Antoine, I'm just gonna let you in a little secret. All of us are crazy.
That's not true. I've met
They hit it well.
one. You know, I have to say, I have never met a non-crazy female. You might just be right. Okay, there's certain
Might.
levels. There's certain levels of crazy.
Yes,
So
that I will give you.
don't stick your dick in the crazy that is, cranked up to 11. It's fun while it lasts, and then your cat gets skinned alive and fed to you. She Snaps was streaming to a couple hundred viewers in Twitch's IRL section when a stranger wandered in. Chatting with her fans about mental health, maybe she does snap. I don't know. She Snaps, who streams in t-shirts and hoodies, had a
Mhm.
short back and forth with the viewer before he excused himself. All right, well, this has been nice, but I've got to go, she recalled him saying. I'm checking out all the girl streams in IRL and reporting the ones that aren't abiding by TOS. When She Snaps asked the viewer whether they were just checking in on women's streams, he responded, no, but that he's trying to help cleanse Twitch of cam girls. Who appointed this man
He did.
anti-boob police? And how old is he?
Oh, oh. What if there's this one kid who was on the Kun stream who was actually anti-masturbating because masturbating is a sin.
When you have nothing, masturbation is usually the only one good thing you have left.
He
Fuck
believes
him.
in waiting till marriage.
Okay, so here's my whole deal about this waiting for marriage garbage. When
Hmm.
you go buy a car, do you test drive it?
Yeah.
So why would you not test drive the woman that you're supposed to be in love with for the rest of your life?
Well, because she's not a car. But here's my problem with the waiting for marriage bullshit. It's similar problem. But
What
it's
if the
one of those.
genitalia doesn't work together? That's not good either.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where it's just like, you if you're waiting and you have all these raging hormones and shit like that, you're gonna marry the first girl with a shit personality, shit like anything, just because you guys were both waiting for so long and you're like, yeah, let's just get married because we love each other, right? And so the only way to really prove we love each other is to get married and have sex. And it's like, no.
Shut
King's
up.
night.
How's it going, Bloodletter? Um, and Tara says her grandmother told her that when she was 16. So I mean, okay, if you don't know that you're compatible, how are you going to know? And not even that, with masturbation, if you don't know what you don't like, how are you going to let your partner know what you don't like or do like? I know the
And if
joke is that men just need friction, but there's different types of friction.
and if you don't masturbate, like,
You're going to
how are
go
you
off in
gonna
a
last
second.
more than exactly? Like, you're just gonna stick it in, and you're gonna bust a load so hard you'll probably pull a
Pa-
fucking what's that movie? The the scary movie.
Oh, scary movie when he busts and it
Yes, when she shot
shoots
to
her
the
up into the
fucking
wall.
roof because he jizzed so hard.
it's it helps you build stamina, and for girls, it helps you learn your body. I mean, for men too, it helps you learn your body, what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to be touched, how you like to be touched, how hard you're supposed to do it, how light you want it done. It's fuck these anti-masturbation people and fuck these waiting till marriage people. Well,
It's a
they need to be
learning
fucked.
process. Yes, they really do. Tell them about the video I shared with you just today.
Oh,
Tell them.
Garfunkel and Oates. If you don't know who they are, you should acquaint yourself immediately. They are two very talented female comedians who sing and they do parody songs. And this one was not parody songs, but joke songs, I guess you
God's
would call it.
loophole.
God's loophole. It's about how you can keep your maidenhead and keep yourself sacred, but you can still have anal sex. It's see, Tom knows what I'm talking about. Loves Garfunkel and Oates.
Oh,
If
Tom, you're
you
such a good boy.
if you repress yourself, bad things happen. All right, let's get on with this Kotaku article. We went way off. We went way off kilter. All right, for a year, critics have accused Twitch's IRL section of housing so-called cam girls. The people who are accusing that don't know what cam girls are. Who dress in revealing clothes and do yoga, squats, dancing, etc., with the aim of seducing potential viewers. Yes, these streamers certainly exist, but they're a tiny minority. Regardless, there's been a panic around so-called sexually suggestive Twitch channels, in part because some viewers and streamers have complained that they violate the sanctity of Twitch as a gaming site. Oh, fucking no. You mean the site that wants to compete with YouTube? The site that wants to start bringing people over so that they can do whatever? You're going to get sexually suggestive material. Games themselves are sexually suggestive material. Have you played Nier Automata? 2B's ass is something of magnificent programming, okay? There's going to be sexually suggestive games. There are games you can't play on Twitch. Honey Pop. You cannot
Really?
play. Yeah. Honey Pop. You cannot play on Twitch because it is a gem matching game that is also part date simulator. And by the end of the third date, if you've done it right, you get to take them home and watch basically an image get stripped while they make sexually suggestive noises. And
I
that's
want to play this game. What?
and that is too sexually suggestive for Twitch. They can go fuck a duck. Yes,
Uh,
there are games out there like this.
I'm not okay with this censorship.
And if you want to play it, Kadan, all you have to do is come on over. I have it. Gwen's played it. She's beaten it. Unlocked all the hidden
Sweet.
characters and everything. There's a sequel coming out. Oh, there was a semi-sequel that came out that also cannot be played on Twitch. It's called Honey Pop Studio or Honeycam Studio, where you are running you're running a bunch of cam girls, and your goal is by the end of 7 days to make as much money as possible. One of the things that you can
Okay.
unlock is you can send them to a hotel where they can meet their fans privately. You have to buy them,
Ooh.
you have to buy them condoms and things like that. And there are real world consequences if you send your favorite girl who makes the most money to the hotel without any protection. There is a chance your girl can get AIDS. They can get sexually transmitted diseases. So it's teaching you to be safe while making money being a cam girl.
Yeah.
You can't play it on Twitch
No.
because there's the sex added to it. And it doesn't show anything, it just shows the hotel rocking. I mean, come on.
Some people. I could think. There's this one game that was really. I don't remember, but it was bad. It was far worse than any of this. But this is naughty light. It's just
Yeah,
lewd.
it's just, exactly. They're wearing suggestive clothing. It's not a big deal. And if men, dumb men who think that they're going to get an in with these girls, want to spend money on them, let them. It's their money. It's the same thing as
Mhm.
someone giving me a super chat. If they want to donate to me, they can. It, quiet.
Tom's
I'm not doing it this time. Oh, what is he complaining about?
no,
Oh,
he's complaining that I got an invite. Hold on. Tom, your name is Tom. I have a vagina. Automatic win.
she has a point.
We're talking about like cam girls and titty shit. Like it's all you can only have so many men talk about this until it starts to sound like, all right, we get it, you're thirsty as fuck. But if you at least have one woman who can fucking understand, like it's their fucking it's a woman's right to be able to make money, and it's a man's right to be able to spend the money on the woman trying to make that money. And if you want to bitch and moan because what they're doing, like suggestive poses or they're wearing tight clothes, like go fuck yourself.
Yes.
Well, obviously you do.
I'm coming up to one of my favorite sentences. So let me get that really quick. Twitch recently updated community guidelines nodding toward these concerns by mandating that streamers wear clothes. Skin tight yoga pants or leggings are still technically clothes. Appropriate for
Yes.
public street or restaurant. Again, I've seen women wearing spandex. I've seen them wearing leggings. I've seen them wearing yoga pants. Technically clothes. If they're not wearing anything underneath them, I pretty much see what their gynecologist sees. But Twitch is also clear in those guidelines that users are not to take up the mantle of anti-boob vigilante either. That is a ridiculous sentence that should never have to have been spoken. We will
My
not
brain
tolerate
hurts.
we will not tolerate using this policy as a basis to harass streamers on or off Twitch, regardless of whether you think they're breaking the rules, reads the guidelines. In the weeks since the new guidelines rolled out, She Snaps said she had new viewers come into her stream to ask about them. They'll make comments on my camera angle and say, "Good thing it's not too high. I'd have to report you." That's because you don't like boobs because you're like 12 or you're 60 and can't get laid anymore. Get some Viagra, go buy a hooker. Trust me, you won't be worrying about anti-boob police.
Or it's the anti-boob police just making multiple accounts.
That too. Dejare, I hope I'm saying that right. Another streamer says she's been targeted by what she calls Twitch vigilantes for as long as she can remember. Most of the time, she streams games, but on occasion, Dejari streams herself painting her body and doing her makeup to resemble characters from popular gaming franchises. It's not against Twitch's
Mm.
community guidelines. She maintains it isn't sexually suggestive, but she isn't wearing an everyday outfit either. At times, she's had up to 50 viewers drop into chat during a single stream to tell her that what she's doing violates Twitch's guidelines. Fuck off! It's called cosplay, you uptight, stubborn fucking pricks. Oh my god. See, Tish, this is why I'm able to survive and be up at all hours, surviving off of spite and anger. It's things like this that
Pure
happen.
rage.
It fuels me.
Me,
She's
I'm
doing
just sitting here
cosplay.
wondering why. Yeah, yeah. I mean, is her body like completely bared? Like you can see, like she's not wearing any clothes at all when she's painting herself.
It didn't say, but she's the one that's painting herself at the top of this right here. So she's wearing a shirt. It may be tight, so she can paint over it. Like it looks like she painted it, but she's painting her face, doing her ears, everything like that to look like a night elf.
Hmm.
So no,
Yeah, I don't
she's
see
not.
anything wrong with this.
Yeah, but apparently. Oh, and this is the girl from before. This is She Snaps.
Oh,
She's
she's wearing
wearing
a
a hoodie.
snapback.
Yeah, and she's wearing a hoodie, and yeah, she's showing shoulder. Oh no, Kadant, she's showing shoulder. Maybe if we're lucky,
Oh,
she'll show some
fucking are we?
ankle.
Oh, oh, you should go back into the what's it, the 1600s. You'd be a real harlot there. Fucking, fucking
This
stupid ass. Fucking, my brain hurts. Why? Why are you doing this to me? I'm not even. Show me some titty. Show me a good amount of titty, and then I'll be upset. And then I'll be like, oh, I totally understand why they're trying to call themselves the anti-titty police, because obviously she's showing a lot of titty, so they're gonna be all butthurt about that kind of shit. But
well,
no, there's no fucking titty.
maybe it's because they can't get it. They can't get it, or they're not getting it, and so they got to make everybody else pay for it.
Fucking assholes.
A lot of the time, people just want to sound like their opinion is important or that they know better than you by informing me that when what I'm doing is against terms of service, body painting in general, which it very well is not, Dejari explained. They just have the idea in their mind that body painting is abhorrent. Good word. And Twitch absolutely must agree with them.
No,
No.
Twitch doesn't have to agree with shit.
Do you want to know how I know body painting isn't abhorrent and it's actually a really, really delicate art form? Because there's a reality show that stars RuPaul that's called what is it? Body Wars. It's on Netflix.
Skin Wars.
Skin Wars. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It is goddamn amazing with what some of these people can do with a body as a canvas.
Mm-hmm.
So
Rebecca Romaine was one of the main, was like the main hostess.
She's the host.
For it.
Yes, she's the host. Yeah. And then RuPaul is one of the judges, and they have two other judges. But RuPaul is amazing. I love RuPaul.
Yeah.
Dejari said that Twitch's citizen police don't just drop in during body painting streams. Of course they don't. They want to watch everything she has to do to make sure that they can catch her at the right time. It even happens when she's gaming in an oversized t-shirt. Oh my god. Did no one wear their parents' clothes when they were younger as like a nightshirt? My daughter loves wearing a shirt that my mom had before she died as a nightshirt. It's 8 times too big for her, but she loves wearing it. It's big. It's flowy. You know, what's wrong with wearing an oversized shirt? Not a goddamn thing. Yesterday, when she was doing her everyday makeup, she had several people come into chat to inform her that what she was doing didn't belong on Twitch. You went into the IRL section. She's putting on makeup in real life because that's what IRL stands for. How is that not how does that not belong on Twitch?
Do you think it could be just like gamer purists? Like they're just like, no. Twitch was supposed to be, for gaming streams, and now it's turning into all this, and that's why they're complaining about these. Well, no. If we were hearing, if there was some men who were doing like IRL stuff that were getting the same kind of harassment, because it's exactly what this is.
Yeah, it's
but so far there's not been a single report from any men, from any males, I should say, because I'm sure there's plenty of boys. But I've not seen a single report from any males saying they've been getting harassed. And these people are obviously called the anti-booby police, or anti-booby vigilantes, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. So guess what? I'm going to pull this card right the fuck now. Sexists. There you go. Pulling it. I'm fucking pulling it. You want to be anti-tits? Sexists. There you go.
Well, because they are saying they're not going onto the men's streams. It's just the girl streams. And
yep, sexist.
If this is gamer purists, there's a really easy way to deal with them. Tell them to fuck off. Gamers are everywhere. Technically, if you play 10 hours of Candy Crush a week, you're a gamer. You play more video games than I do. If you play Candy Crush for 10 hours a week, I get to play Overwatch maybe 4 hours a week. So gamers are everywhere. There's no game purity anymore. There shouldn't be any game purity anymore. These are if it is the purists, these are the gatekeepers that people keep talking about, and they need to go. Gatekeepers are bullshit. Now, if I say to you, you tell me you're a gamer, and I say to you, did you ever beat the original Super Mario Bros.?
Yeah.
You did. All right, great. That's something we can talk about.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you about, because I've told this story before. My mom was the very first person on the block to get to the very last boss of Super Mario Brothers. I'm not gauging your gamer cred. If I said, did you ever beat Battletoads?
No, I never beat Battletoads.
See, I've beat Battletoads without using cheat codes, but I'm not bragging. I'm bragging. I'm not saying you're not a gamer because you never beat Battletoads. I'm sharing my
I beat
experience.
I beat the fuck out of Duck Hunt.
Oh
Fuck
no.
that
Okay.
dog.
Did you did you put the light gun directly up to the screen, or did you actually sit back and shoot the ducks?
I sat back. Well, I should say I stood back and shot the ducks because my dad's like, no, this is your line, right? Now go. And we would have little contests to see who would do better.
That's a good dad. My dad was like, "Go ahead, play Dunk Hunt," and I put the gun right directly up to the screen because I couldn't fucking aim, and I killed every single duck. Uh, I'll get to Numbskull's question in a second. Tom, I beat Battletoads. It took me fucking forever, but I did it by myself. I don't have the game anymore. You're trying to be a gatekeeper because you don't believe me. Battletoads is a fucking unbelievably hard game. Now, Numbskull asks a very interesting question. Should there be a difference between phone and console games? Like considering yourself a gamer?
Um, no, no, because I've seen some phone games that are incredibly, and no, they may not have like the 27 different buttons that, our console game controllers have now, but there's a lot of different games out there now that you have to be really interactive with, and you have to know how to move and press and click and do the right thing, and you have to pay attention to it. And I think that counts just as much as any console game.
Well, look at it this way. Fortnite just came out on mobile and it's
Mhm.
making tons of money. And it plays almost as well as the console version does. So the phone games are getting very in depth. And it's
Yeah.
because of the way that the phones are progressing. So yes, you saw my Streamlabs, which is the link that I just put into the chat.
Oh,
It's
I
not.
want to put a link in the chat.
You want to put a link in the chat? You go ahead and put a link in the chat, darling.
There we go.
Oh, thank you, Kadant. I was going to put that link in there.
Hashtag chilling.
Tara says Final Fantasy Brave Exodus is very much a real Final Fantasy game on the phone. See, I mean, they're getting better, so there's going to be a point where they intermingle. Just like the whole console, the console plebs and the PC master race. The consoles, there's nothing differentiating from consoles to computers now. The graphics are very, very, very minuscule differences. There's no more PC master race. Now, PC does have more games
Well,
and
the
more
only
access, but that's
yeah.
just one thing.
I mean, one of the main differences would be the control style. That much I'll give, because you have to know like ASWD
Yes,
and
and I tried doing
space
that, and I
space
can't.
space space.
Yeah, and I can't. I can't do the mouse keyboard thing. I've grown up on consoles. My brain does not want to work that way.
Well, most modern day controllers now have USB ports, so you can just plug it in and boom.
That's true too. I know, but I know that Xbox controllers work really well for PC gaming.
Mhm. And with the way phones are nowadays, and the more advanced they're getting, they're probably more advanced games and gameplay on phone games than there were on like the NES, you know, because it was just A, B, and then the D-pad,
Don't forget
and of
start and
course start and
select.
select,
Yes.
and of course start and select. But like there's that, and then there's plenty of games that I've seen where it's almost like you have a joystick in hand and you have to tap up in the right hand corner for this and down in the left hand corner for that, and they're so complicated that yeah, fuck it. Phone gamers are gamers. They're
Yeah.
still gamers.
Now, I wouldn't say they were gamers 10 years ago, like when the Nvidia came out with their little gaming phone, but now very much so.
Mhm.
All right, let's finish this article off. Where was I? Oh,
God
okay, it
damn it.
doesn't belong on Twitch. We only have a couple more paragraphs. Twitch
I
started as a
thought I
site.
digressed.
Twitch,
Sorry.
sta- Twitch started as a site for streaming games. As it evolved, it expanded to include everything from people streaming themselves crocheting to social eating. What the fuck is social eating? What? That's a thing?
Um,
What, everybody just gathers
hold
around
on.
and eats? All right, you look it up. I'm
Social
going to continue.
eating. You
There's
got it.
been instances of pushback against Twitch's non-gaming communities, but interviews with these streamers indicate that policing Twitch's guidelines has become somewhat of a hobby for bored ideologues. Well, there you have it. Not every IRL streamer said they'd experienced it, but the majority had. Streamer Caseytron shared chat logs with Kotaku in which one viewer who had been spamming her chat left with the message, "Peace out, chat, leaving to troll IRL cam girls." Around the time the new community guidelines rolled out, Caseytron said, I had quite a few people tweet at me like, "Are you ready to get banned on March 5th?" Casey Brown likes to think that they're a very loud minority. That sounds familiar, but added, the new TOS definitely put a microscope on women. Reached for comment, Amaranth, another Twitch IRL streamer and cosplayer, one whom Twitch Citizen Police Force like to point as proof that Twitch is ruined for games, responded, do they have a special badge or not? That's a good question. If you don't got a special badge, it doesn't matter.
This whole thing is making this. Why?
What? Why did I introduce you to this stupidity?
Yes. Why you do this to me?
Because I want you to share in my torment. Do you see my
Fine.
smile?
I'm
Do you see my
tormented.
smile? It's because I want to share in the torment.
Fine. I am tormented. Are you happy?
Yes, very much so.
You fucking bastard. So, according to Twitch's social eating fact page,
They
social
have a
eating is a new beta category that lets you share a meal with your community. Whether you are taking a break from gaming to refuel or enjoying a meal you cooked on Twitch Creative, it is like eating with friends via Twitch. So, is it like. I don't,
So it's basically you turn on your cam and the rest of the chat watches you eat.
oh, you know what it is? It's it's like the girls who like have like those piles and piles of food or those giant bowls of food and stuff and then just eat it. That's
Why
what it
is that
is.
entertaining? What the fuck?
Have you
How is
ever I mean watch a girl shove a lot of stuff in her mouth? Like watch a girl with a giant bowl of ramen and watch her put it in her mouth and then just suck.
That's a point taken, but the problem is I can imagine them putting a whole bunch of other things in the mouth, and if I really wanted to imagine that, I'd just go Pornhub.
No. But that's the thing. It's the dirty aspect without it being dirty. Just let your mind wander. Just enjoy watching the food. See how many calories she shoves into her body.
You know, I'll shove a few calories into her body. Good protein. All right,
Extra meaty.
extra meat. Uh,
Ooh, Antoine, check your
check.
DM for skin.
Yes, Numbed has basically given me a picture of. Yeah, I will share it for the rest of the kiddies. Now,
Mm.
real or not,
Mm.
Put a 1 in the chat if you think if those are real. Put a 2 in the chat if you think they're fake.
Fake.
So you say 2?
I say yes, 1 for each cheek.
Darkside thinks they're real. Zerg, Tom, and oh nope, he put 2. You can't change your vote, Darkside. It's not fair. So,
Darkside, I thought you were gonna leave to go and fab.
Let's see. Well, only 3 people. Yes, they're fake. They're painted on.
Mm-hmm.
The ass is real. The jeans I'm talking about, Buzz. The jeans are fake. Mm-hmm. Those are painted on. That's body paint. You can tell because there's you can see the line of the panties. Or the thong, I guess you would say.
Not quite a thong. Almost.
But yeah, you can see where it shifted. But if you're not paying attention, she walked past you. You would think she was wearing skin-tight jeans. Body painting is a real thing. You could fly the Millennium Falcon through there. She does have a nice thigh gap, yes. But yeah, they're painted on. So body painting is a good thing.
We should play this game more often.
What real? I can find some more. Hold on.
You have to mix some real in there too.
I'd have to. You know what? We can do that for the next time because that means I'd have to Google search a bunch of images, and I don't want. It'll say if it's real or fake on it anyway. So we'll do that for the next time. Do you want to move on to the next article, or do you have one to share? Hello?
Oh, sorry. I'd muted myself. But yeah, go ahead.
Looking at the jeans, huh?
Shh. I was looking at a lot of things.
I bet you were. All right. You guys ready for this next one? This one's going to be good.
Oh, God.
I was actually going to do a video. That's why I'm doing this, because I was going to do a video on this one too, but I passed it up to the last video game one. Here we go. University offers guide on talking to kids about whiteness from campus reform. Ooh, I got a growl for that one. All right. Do you want to read this one, or do you want me to take this?
You know what? How about this? Press 1 in the chat for Antoine and 2 in the chat for me to read this.
You do realize that the chat is going to light up with 2s.
Maybe. You're this is you. This is your thing. I am just guest voicing today.
King says, "Oh God, I'm out." 0.5. Gen Z, you can't put 0.5. You have to
round up. It's still you.
It's still a 1. Joshua and Zerg have put 2s.
Josh, you can only vote once. And if you put multiple 2s in the 1, then that
0.3. He went to 0.33 now.
He doesn't want this one. He doesn't want this article. I feel you. I understand your pain.
Well, no one has voted 1, so I guess that means you get to. God damn it, dog. No, I didn't say. I said I gave you the option of choosing 1 or 2. Those are the only options you can choose from, Tom.
Hey, you didn't say
smart ass son of a bitch.
It's not integers.
God.
I vote 3.14.
I took 0.5. Okay.
uh,
There's more twos than there's not even a single one in the main number category. So that's all on you.
okay. I will need you to scroll down,
Oh,
but
you
yes.
don't want to read the two taglines?
Fine. The University of Maryland, Baltimore County has compiled a new resource for parents, listing several articles with advice for talking to kids about whiteness. The school asserts that the resource is necessary because of all the race, national origin, class based violence, anti blackness, and anti immigrant rhetoric in the media and the subsequent backlash from white identified people and groups.
What the fuck are they talking about? All of the anti-blackness, anti-immigrant rhetoric in the media and the subsequent backlash from white identified people. Look at this picture. Look at the picture. It is a father scolding a daughter so hard that she is that a daughter? Yes, ponytail. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know what she identifies as a 6-year-old. He's screaming at a child and berating her with his massive finger, making them cry. Give me a fucking break. And there is no class-based violence. There's no anti-blackness going through the media. There's a lot of anti-whiteness. Oh, do you want to know how I know? Look at this fucking article. Sorry. Let's continue. Breathe. I will breathe. You guys are seeing my process when I actually do these recordings. There's a lot of anger that gets edited out.
Just a little bit. Okay. The
Stop being
universe.
white. I wanted a black kid. That's fucked up.
You know what? What's the name of that one chick who was going through all of these surgical changes? Rachel something, right?
Dolezal? Rachel Dolezal? You mean her
Yeah.
fucking? You mean her tanning and her
Uh-huh.
kinking her hair? She wants to be transracial.
Uh-huh.
Who, by the way, even Riley Dennis said that's not a thing, and Riley Dennis believes in fucking everything. Yes. Riley Dennis believes that there's 76 different genders and everything like that, but doesn't fucking believe that you can be transracial. The fucking irony is palpable. Anyway, darling, please continue in your sultry, sultry voice. It's the only reason we have 19 viewers here anyway.
No, well, no, I'm pretty. Anyway, um, the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, UMBC, has a new resource for parents to help them with talking to kids about whiteness. We already read that bit. All right. The page then lists 3 articles as suggested readings for parents and families. What white children need to know about race. We need to deal with our discomfort and talk to our kids about racism. And curriculum for white Americans to educate themselves on race and racism from Ferguson to Charleston.
I love that. Educate yourselves, white people. Don't you understand? You know absolutely nothing and you're the scum of the earth. Don't you know that everything is wrong because of you, especially if you're a white male? Educate yourself. Fuck off.
Ooh, he's so angry.
I hate shit like this. I really do. Because it's so blatantly, narratively, ideologically driven. The parents of white children need to know about curriculum. Math is racist now. Did you know that? Math is racist. Numbers are racist. Want to know why? Because too many fucking people can't get in, and all the main mathematicians are white. But math is fucking racist. No, it's the pansy asses that tried to get into mathematician because mathematics because they thought it was fucking easy. And I'm pretty good at math. Basic math. When you start doing things like calculus, I look at you and go, why'd you put letters in it? But because all of the major mathematicians are fucking white, it's racist. English is racist now. Did you know that? College English is fucking racist. Why? Because there's too many white authors. It couldn't possibly be that there are really smart white people that, brought about change. There are people who fucking believe that William Shakespeare stole his ideas for his plays from a black author.
Wasn't it, what was his name? I don't remember his name, but there was an author, he wasn't black, who was suspected to have been the original writer, and William Shakespeare stole his writing.
Yes, that's what I was talking about.
No, 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 but he's
Oh,
not black.
oh, he's not black.
No.
Oh, good.
Mm.
Gen Z would like you to say he is so angry again.
He's so angry again.
Well, I'm not that again, but anyway, let's continue with this shit show of an article, shall we?
Do I have to?
Yes.
Can't we talk about something different?
We can talk about fun stuff afterwards. How's that?
Oh, what kind of fun stuff?
Not handcuffs, whips, and chains.
Not?
No, knots.
Not.
KNOTS.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. The first article, What White Children Need to Know About Race, discusses the deep sense of shame that the author experiences when discussing the subject of race, which he traces to the fact that his white family never engaged in conversations about race when he was growing up.
What does that fucking have to do with everyone else, you self-centered prick? Just because you felt bad discussing race doesn't mean that everyone else does.
No, no, he felt bad because his white family never talked about race.
Because maybe they didn't want their kid to grow up being a fucking racist.
It's white guilt. And if it's not white guilt, then he is basically shoving white guilt into people's faces.
I'll shove something white down his throat.
Lucky. Most white adults and teens participate in conversations about race only when there is a problem. They need support in changing their worldview to see the ways in which race is always present, regardless of whether there are problems associated with it, Ali Michaels states. This is.
Do you want to take this point or should I? Because if I do, anybody who's wearing headphones in the chat right now is going to be very upset. All right. Let me translate for Kadam. The reason why no one fucking brings up race until there's a problem with it is because most people are not fucking racist. The only time race gets brought up seems to be in the fucking news when it's most important. No one talks about the fact that most people killed by cops are actually white. Why is that not in the news? Want to know why? Because it doesn't make a good headline.
The fucking line, where it says they need support in changing their worldview to see the ways in which race is always present is fucking racist. That line is fucking racist. You guys need to start talking about race because race is always there. And you need to change your worldview to start talking about race. And you're fucking that's such a divisive and racist fucking stance to take. Like, I can't I can't with these people. Why? Why are these people? Why do these people
The
exist?
problem is this person is someone who is important in school, in academia. They get
He's
to
in.
teach these things.
Uh, mm, 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 mm,
All right,
mm.
there's only a little more. And when I say little, I'm talking about like 10 paragraphs. So
That's what he said. All right. Being white may have little meaning to some whites, but that does not mean it has no meaning.
wait,
All white
what?
people.
Being white may have little meaning to some whites, but that does not mean it has no meaning. What? What the what the fuck? God damn it, Magog. Not in a Winnebago, you son of a bitch.
Hi, Magog.
How's
You
it
having a
going?
good morning? Yeah. Do you want to hear about how,
Do you,
this guy wants to talk about race and racism, and he's going on about being white may have little meaning to some whites, but that does not mean it has no meaning.
that sentence makes no sense.
No, no, no. It does. It does. It does in a way, but it's stupid.
$2 from King's Night. This is for you to stop and bring back the jeans. If you wanted me to stop, you'd need to pay more than $2. And use Streamlabs, goddammit.
Brr.
All right.
Do I
All
have
the
to?
yes.
All white people are white in the context of a society that continues to disadvantage people of color based on race, he adds, saying white people do not have to deal with those disadvantages. He's talking about racist shit while being fucking racist. All white people are
Oh,
white in
white.
the context of a society that continues to disadvantage people of color based on race. You, sir, just lifted white people up. You just lifted a people up above those above others based purely on the color of their skin, saying they are above them because they're not this color. They're this color. This whole fucking this douchebag is fucking racist. And I fucking can't believe people don't understand the difference between. And here, you know what? Fucking white people, I have an out for you. Guess what? Here's your fucking card. Whenever somebody asks what race you are, you tell them Asian. And if they ask what kind, cock. You're still Asian. Boom. You all now, an Asian, have handed you your Asian virtue card. You can now hold it up and be like, "No, you can't pick on me. I'm Asian. You can't tell me I'm privileged because I'm Asian." And that would be racist because apparently it's impossible to be racist against white people.
Except we know that's not true. It's
But this
extreme.
article is proving how it's not true. Just the way it's written, the words that this fucking douchebag is saying. Ali Michael, I don't think you'll ever hear this, but if you do, I just want to make sure that you're woke enough to understand you're fucking racist.
King, I looked for it on the Streamlabs. I don't see it, but I appreciate it. I'm hoping it. I'm just starting to figure out how to work Streamlabs, so I apologize. All right, let's get this over with.
No, 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 no. I'm just going to say Tom Leach has a really good point. I don't have to continue this. You're not my real dad.
No, but I can make you call me daddy.
Nope. I will never, ever, ever. No. No, no, no. That is all right. My real dad's from Missouri, and we've already made those jokes before.
Well, I didn't know that, so I haven't made those jokes before.
Ding, 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 ding. All right. The second article, a 2015 OPED,
Shut
whatever,
up, Magog. It's
in the
not a
Washington
Winnebago.
Post, expands on that theme by providing specific advice for how parents can begin exposing children to the discomfort of living with racism, suggesting, for instance, that pointing and showing are the most effective techniques for communicating such concepts to toddlers. As children get older, the author proposes gradually increasing the complexity of the conversion, focusing on emotion and empathy when kids are ages 5, 6, and 7, before switching to discussions of news and current events.
Are you trying to finish this in one breath?
I yes, I want to finish. You know, a girl can only take this much for so long before she's just like, "All right, can we finish?"
It's
Curriculum for
not
white Americans to educate themselves on race and racism.
okay. Okay.
Find only source on the list asserting that white privilege can lead to a sequence of negative behavioral traits.
Wait, what? Curriculum for white Americans to educate themselves on race and racism from Ferguson to Charleston. A financial resource on the list asserts that white privilege can lead to a sequence of negative behavior. What the fuck is he talking about?
White people being white, or maybe being white, you automatically have white privilege because Ali
Well,
Michael had said that earlier. All white people basically have white privilege. He had
yes,
said
but if
something
you can
along those lines
identify
earlier.
in current year, you can identify as whatever you want. So then race doesn't fucking matter. So you can say that I can say I can identify as black.
Yeah.
No one can prove me wrong. My avatar shows me as black. I can identify however I want.
Well, there you go. You identify as black, but guess what? You are still going to be judged by people like Ali Michael as white.
Well,
And
Ollie
that
Michael can go suck a giant cock.
no, he doesn't deserve a giant cock.
No, no, even better. He can suck on Adolf's cock. How's that?
You know what? You'll probably never ever hear me say this ever again. But Ali Michael doesn't deserve to even look at Adolf's cock. He is that low of a human being to me. And I don't know what color his skin is because I don't need to know what color a person's skin is to know whether they're trash or not. And he is this
Oh yes,
piece of shit.
this person is definitely a piece of shit. All right, I'm being flooded on my Twitter DMs by Numbskull. He is demanding I show them.
Do the thing.
I'm doing the thing.
Yes, yes, you are.
That photo is too small. The photos are too small. I can't show them.
Oh, you're right, Magog. I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me go get that back in here. Oh.
I would love to show that, but I can't. The photos you sent me are too fucking small, Numbskull.
Oh, it's pictures of his dick.
Ooh. I didn't say that.
Here. Let me share you a thing. We'll cleanse this a little bit.
I thought that was my thing.
It is your thing. I can do it as well, just not as good.
Hmm.
You vibrate your tongue much better. There. Click the thing
I'm afraid to click on the thing.
and click it.
All right, I'll click the thing.
Yes.
It's loading. It's just the headline right now. Man who fell through X's ceiling arrested again. All right. Let's. All right. It's sure. This is so stupid. A Kansas man who was hospitalized after sneaking into his ex-girlfriend's home and falling through the ceiling has been arrested for alleging stealing clothes from another home after leaving the hospital. What, Magog? What's the difference between a bagel and a donut? I have a feeling I know the answer to this question.
Alex Jones is about to give a press conference.
Oh, I don't. Why? Oh, because he's being sued. That's why. I'm waiting, you damn necromancer. I know you're old and decrepit, but come on. We're waiting for the punchline. You're ruining things. Timing. Skull says God damn, he's blowing my phone up like crazy.
Just go continue reading the thing. Oh,
Bagels.
wait.
Bagels on sleepwalking. Fuck you, Magog. Bastard.
Oh my god, did you get the DM I sent you last night?
You sent him a DM last night. What are you trying to do? Hook up with a necromancer? He just likes them to lie there.
No. It's a thing.
It's a thing. All right. So you want me to keep reading these?
You could chew on the dirt from the ball sack that once held Hitler's left ball.
The Salina Journal reports Tyler Bergkamp was arrested several hours after he walked out of Salina Regional Health Center on Tuesday. He'd been arrested last week after authorities said he broke into his ex-girlfriend's home and hid in the attic for a couple of hours before falling through the ceiling. On Tuesday, a woman reported finding a hospital gown in her bed and noticing her clothing had been disturbed. Oh, this is going to be another one of those gross ones, isn't it? Salina police say they received a medical emergency call out of Birkenkamp and later found him wearing the woman's T-shirt. Birkenkamp faces charges in both cases. Prosecutors didn't respond to an email asking whether Birkenkamp had an attorney. Okay. So he broke into the woman's house in order to steal clothes. Are we sure this is not Riley Dennis? All right, let's see if I can. Okay, that's very nice. All right, I will try and I will share this one. You have two more? Here, look at the pretty thing. We can do the pretty thing. There you go. Real or fake?
Here's a hint. If you look in the middle, you can see what's almost like a camel toe.
I've seen some of that on real jeans.
Yes.
Magog says, hey,
this one looks
Kadant, why
big
did the
too.
chicken cross the road?
I don't know, Magog. Why did the chicken cross the road?
It's going to be a Winnebago comment again, isn't it?
Numbskull, if you're gonna send him more quote unquote jeans pictures, you should throw in some real ones as well.
I'm not posting those pictures, Numbskull. You can go fuck off.
Mm?
Quit.
Quit paying attention to a chicken and get back to blowing me, woman. Oh God.
I swear to God, I thought it was going to have something to do with Winnebago again.
I need to go and find something to suck on.
All right.
That came out exactly as I had intended.
I'm sure it did.
Did you click the thing? I sent you another thing.
I'm going to click on the thing. I was going to ask Magog if he wanted to jump on and join us, but I think he's.
Oh,
Magog, did you want the link? Yes or no? God damn it, numbskull. He sent me after the fucking pictures of the women with painted on clothes. He sent me 2 pictures of Winnebago. One of them says it has arrow point spray painted on it saying I like butt sex. He said he can. He's heading to school soon. Well, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
He was trying to see the counter. Well, I think you guys got to look into a little bit of what happens when I actually record a video. So I want to say thank you very much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Help for the Guildless. My name, of course, is Antoine. I've been joined by Kadant, and I hope you all have a
Hi.
wonderful evening.
Good night.